Hello, hello. Welcome to Makers Monday. Today we are talking about a very important concept, the idea of saying no. When and how do you say no in your business? If you are like me and are an eternal people pleaser, this is a toughie. Okay, so we're going to get into it. It is not easy to say no, but first and foremost, something that has really helped me shape my mind about this is if I am saying no, or if I'm saying yes to every project, I'm saying no to something, whether it be other projects that I'm more excited about, whether it be time to do some professional development, whether it be time with my family, okay? Maybe I'm saying no to a vacation that I wanted. Like, whatever or more money, like whatever your reason is, it is valid and important. So if you are saying yes to things you are meh about, you are saying no to things you are blah about, okay? So very eloquently put, right? Okay, so things to help when saying no. It really helps to know what your priorities are. So think about your business. We talked about this in a previous Makers Monday, but think about your business values. Think about what it is you're trying to accomplish with your business, what you're trying to accomplish with yourself. What are your values? And does this ask that somebody is doing align with those values? So if somebody's asking so one of my big goals this year was like to make 200 new products. So if somebody's asking for a custom piece of work that would actually give me like a lot of elements to help make new products, I would probably say yes, because it aligns to the work. But if it doesn't, and it's like something that's totally not my style or whatever, I'm probably going to say no. Does that make sense? So does it align to your goals? One, and does it align to your values? So one of my big values is that I'm making time for my family. This is why we started this business, is so that I am not working till 9 p.m. all the time or whatever, and we're taking time for our family. So is this going to be a big time suck in a time where, like, around the holidays or something, where I don't want to be making that time for anybody outside of my home? Okay. So thinking about what your priorities and values are, very important. You can practice saying no. So like I've tried, when people come to the door and they're like, do you want to buy these magazines or whatever? I've been trying to practice by saying no, by like things like that, or like random people selling, like, maybe pick up those spam calls and say, no, I'm not interested in your product or whatever. Or don't just like guilt buy things at the store, whatever. Like, practice saying no in like low consequence ways, right? Like maybe somebody asks you to host a bridal shower or something and you want to, but like, quite frankly, you don't have the time. Like, say no. Like, so practice it in other areas of your life, then it'll become easier and easier to say it in your business. I think it's hard to say no because you want to take on as much as you can. And I know earlier in my business, I was like, yes, 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 yes. And now as I'm honing what my business is all about, the answer is more often no. So I think there's like a time and a place where you can say yes, but you never have to. Does that make sense? You never need to feel like you need to say yes, because you will find a project like that fits you better. Yeah, okay. I don't know why I'm asking. Does that make sense? Like, you're gonna be able to respond to me right now. Anyway, okay. So you can couch your statement, your no, in a way that isn't mean or dismissive, but also, so like sometimes if somebody's like, oh, do you do custom work? And I don't have any availability, I'll say, I do, but I am not taking any custom work on right now. Here's a list of 10 people who do similar level custom work as I do, or if they're looking for a different style that doesn't match my style, I'll send them in a direction of like somebody who does more that. So that makes me feel better about saying no. It's not like, bye, middle fingers up. Like, it's like, yeah, I do. Thank you for your interest in business. I really appreciate it, but now is not a good time for me. Here are some other people who can help. But at the same time, no is a full sentence. So if you don't want to do it and you just want to say no, also okay. You do not have to, I think in this society, like women especially are encouraged not to say no because it's like disagreeable and blah, 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 blah. Like, you know my feelings about the patriarchy. So this, it's okay to just say no and not have a reason. You don't have to have a reason. You don't have to be nice about it. You can just, you can just say, no, sorry, thanks. You don't even have to say sorry. Okay, anyway, especially if somebody's being a jerk about it, you do not need to be polite. So another thing that can help is things you don't want to say no to, okay? So like, man, I don't know. I've been really getting into saying no. I'm trying to think. So things I don't want to say no to are time with my family. I don't want to say no to that. I don't want to say no to weekends being sacred. Work in progress, like, let's be honest. But I don't want to say no to those things. And so if I say yes to a project that just feels kind of meh, am I saying no to those things that I don't want to say no to? So it could also be within your business. Like if you only want to say yes to projects for people who excite you, that's okay. If you're like, especially like wedding stationers or something, if they're, if you're not vibing with the couple and that's it, and it's important to you to like have that vibe, like say no, you'll get somebody else. And then I've heard this said, I can't remember who says it, but like, if it's not a hell yes, then it's a hell no. Okay. So if you're not super stinking jazzed about this, don't say yes, say no. Your time is too precious to be saying yes to everything. Okay. So some examples of things that I said no to are providing sample wedding stationery for styled shoots. We are not offering wedding stationery. I might like to do like birthday, invites and things like that, but I do not want to do custom wedding stationery because I really want to work on my product business, side of my business, not the custom stuff. So this is something that I've said no to, and I feel okay about it. Cause like if I'm making this whole custom, like beautiful wedding suite it's literally not even being replicated at all. It's like just being in a photo. I'm not even like making it for multiple envelopes. No, thank you. I also have said no to custom portraits for most of this year because I didn't want to be, again, my goal this year is to create 200 products and that wasn't aligned with my goal. And also I didn't want to be, oh shoot, I went into labor like 3 weeks early and I didn't get to your custom portrait and now I feel terrible and blah, 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 blah. So that has been something that I kind of have said no to a lot this year. And it's, it's a bummer. It makes a lot of money, but my goal was not aligned with that at this point in time. That doesn't mean I'm not going to do them anymore. I'm never going to take them on. Like, no, it's just right now, it's going to be a no for me. And then some other things that I've said no to are product suggestions. So a lot of times people, very well-meaning people, very sweet people will suggest like, oh, you should do this, you should do this. And it's like, thank you. I appreciate your feedback. But we all know in the product business that adding a new product to our lineup is not just a walk in the park. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of, back end stuff. Like would I love to do a calendar one day? I think so. But honestly, you can't sell a calendar past like March. You've got like a 3-month window, maybe. And it's kind of risky and it's honestly a lot of work and there's a lot of room for error and it's not something I'm doing in this season of my life. So you can say no to product suggestions. Just because somebody thought of it and thought of you doesn't mean that you have to be the hero for their story. Things I've said yes to that I wish I didn't. So cautionary tale time. Too many custom portraits last Christmas. It was my first holiday season, so I expected things would get busy. I did not anticipate how slow I am at painting custom portraits. I want it to look good. I want it to be my highest quality of work. It's really important because it's going to be in somebody's home and treasured and they're paying a lot of money for it. So it took a long time and I did not anticipate that. And I was really kind of rushing it toward the end. And I'm going to definitely do that differently in the future. Like next year, I think what I'd do is maybe open up 5 slots at a time so I could kind of gauge how I'm doing as I go. So it's not like, I still have 14 more and there's like not enough time. So you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. Mostly I've been trying to, so another thing that I have said yes to too many times is my ambition, myself, which I know sounds like a good thing maybe, but I'm like, oh, I want to do this. Oh, I want to do this. Oh, I want to do this. And I like definitely bite off more than I can chew. And I wish that I had been a little bit more selective in what I said and promised and accomplished, because when I say that I'm going to do something, I really want to follow through. Like that's very important to me. I feel like it's a big part of my identity. It's like, if I say something, I'm going to do it. So I've been trying to like kind of give myself permission to back off on my own personal goals a little bit. But like this, at the beginning of the year, I was like, I'm going to write a letter to someone, a snail mail letter to someone every day of this year. And I did it. I maybe sent out like 15 letters. I haven't sent out any more. And you know what? That's okay. It wasn't going to boost anything that I was doing. I can admit that it was like a lofty goal. But I wish that I thought through my own ideas and said no to myself a little bit more so that I could say yes to the things that mattered. So, I have a blog post from a couple months ago that talks about when to say no and how to say no. There's like a little handout, kind of like a, like, which is your celebrity crush, but like about saying no. So if you want to see that, I will link it below. But I also wanted to read some of the comments that listeners have left when I asked for feedback on this earlier. So yeah, just a lot of people saying, yes, I totally agree. This is a hard one. Kristen Murphy says, staying firm during the holidays. This is hard because people like want to, use your work to celebrate the people they love. And that's a really hard one to say no to, but you also need to celebrate the people you love. So keep that in mind. Let's see. Susan from Sooner Henna says, not every paying customer is your ideal client. Know you have one and they will think you are worth what you charge and probably more. Then delve deep into who they are. So yeah, if somebody's like, can I get a discount? No! Okay, we will always say no to that. No. No discounts. I maybe will give a discount to my mom because she like birthed me or whatever. But no, you do not owe anyone a discount, especially family and friends. They should be supporting you the most. Anyway, so yeah, think about who those people are who are going to pay that money and focus it on them, not the people who are cheapskates and trying to devalue everything that you're working toward. Nicole says figuring out her business values has really helped. If someone or something isn't aligned, I can say no from a place where I know it's a solid business decision, not a personal one. Yes, 1,000 times yes. If this is based in your root goals or your root values of your business, then it's almost easy to say no because it is not aligned with what you're trying to do. Great. Michelle says, when the timeline is not doable for custom artwork, the price and the timeline is too low or too short, and you just can't. So yeah, if people are quoting you at a price that is like, no, this project is going to take 8 hours and this is how much I charge. Like, do not devalue yourself because this is a chance that you might get something, because you could be saying no to somebody who's going to pay what you actually charge and what you're actually worth. So, or if it's something that doesn't fit your style, like I've definitely said no to people who want like a loose floral blah blah blah, because like that ain't my jam. I wish it were. I wish I could be like cool and loose, but well, that sounds weird, whatever. I wish I could be like super chill and be like, let the water flow wherever. And because it's beautiful. It's a beautiful art form. I wish I could do it. But it's not my strong suit. And if that's what somebody's looking for, they are not going to be happy with what I produce. So I would much rather get the business to somebody who is doing that. So it's always good to have some ideas in your back pocket. Like, I have some people who I go to if I'm too busy for house portraits. I have some loose watercolor artists who I will recommend if people are looking for that. Pet portraits, kind of like my big asks that I often have to say no to. I have like a little running list of who I could shoot things over to. Because, you know, if I'm not making money, I want you to make money, right? So if you do any of these things that I just mentioned, pop it in the comments and I would love to send people your way. What else does she say? Okay. Oh, yeah. So this is a really nice way to say it. She says, I have a few projects right now that I need to wrap up, and I'm afraid I would rush your work and not give you 100%. I can recommend other artists. So, Michelle, great, beautiful way to put that without sounding like, actually, it's a no for me, dog, right? Like, that's really great. So, good pro tip. Yeah. And D says to set boundaries and do what you love while supporting your business. Yes. So setting boundaries is great. So we talked about all the ways for you to say no, what's a good time to say no, how saying no means saying yes to the things that are important to you. Let me know what you have said no to and you've been really happy about, or I don't know, no related content. Pop it in the comments below. I don't know. I'm just like talking now. So anyway, let's wrap it up. If you would like to join my BizBuds newsletter, you can join by clicking on the link below, or in the link in my bio if you're on Instagram. And yeah, I have all kinds of content that I'll send to you on a weekly basis, just one email a week, and filled with all the goodies, all the handouts, all the things for free. So there you go. All right, I'll see you next week. Bye.